Politicians will not talk about this. Politicians will not talk about this, especially politicians who are going to contest elections. I'm not going to contest in this coming election, so I'm free to say I do not agree about these cash handouts, to the rakyat. I prefer that the government facilitate rakyat to be more productive. For example, you can increase the funds for tekun or amanah akhtiar, for example, by a few billions, and then encourage the rakyat to go and look for small businesses and so on. Some or other, in UMNO, 3 million members, elect 2,000 amongst them, their leaders, to go to Kuala Lumpur as delegates, into the UMNO General Assembly to elect the Supreme Council. But these 2,000 members go and sell their votes. Not all of them, but most of them sell their votes. You see? So, and it works. In UMNO, it works. You can really buy top positions in UMNO by just buying votes. You don't have to bother going down to the divisions, to the branches, work hard, be popular with the rakyat. No, not necessary anymore. If you have the money and you're prepared to spend the money, you can get elected to be a Supreme Council or even to be a Vice President or Deputy President and so on, if you're prepared to spend. So it works in UMNO. Money really can buy things, you see. So much so, Datuk Sri Najib, I remember when he first got elected as the President of UMNO, in his closing speech, he joked. He said, inilah kita ni UMNO dalam dilema. Beri, salah. Beri makna giving the money. Beri, salah. Tak beri, kalah. And everybody down there, the delegates started clapping and laughing, because they have been receiving. And those on the stage, the Supreme Council members, also clap because they have been giving. So, it became such a very serious thing. Corruption and money politics in UMNO, it became a joking matter, something light, and it becomes a culture that has to be accepted, because politics, you need money. You need to give money. So it's a culture that's accepted. So when you accept that as a culture that, in politics you need money, you have to give money, then you start closing one eye about using your position to acquire money, because politics needs money. So because it works in UMNO, now the same culture now is being transferred to the rakyat in general, to the rakyat in general. And I tell you, if we can work with the elite of UMNO, these 2,000 or so delegates, and they are the elite of UMNO, if you can work with them, I'm sure you can work with the rakyat. That's why now you see money is being distributed, or financial financial, what do you call it, attractions, handouts, financial handout is being announced practically every day. There's no section of the rakyat who do not benefit something. That's including, for example, revising the salaries, the privileges, the schemes for the government officers, the semi-government officers, officers of GLCs, NGOs and so on. So we are creating a very bad culture with the rakyat. We are inculcating a very bad culture. To me, it is very, very sad. Now people, they will be now, politics in Malaysia, it looks like political parties will be competing. Who gives more to the rakyat? So you can imagine, you calculate all the handouts, BRIM 1, BRIM 2, BRIM 3, and all you add up, probably it's about 10 billion, more than 10 billion. Can you imagine that 10 billion is properly spent, It could be used for projects, whatnot, that can bring long-term benefits also to millions of people.
Yeah.
Long-term benefit. Instead of short-term benefit, you give 500, one day is finished already.
What do you think about Najib? He says he justifies it by saying we share the wealth.
No, of course it's beautiful, but no. I don't think so. Of course the rakyat down there, you know, I mean, I won't blame them. I won't blame them because people give money, you accept. You know, and for the kampung people, 500 ringgit is quite a big money. You see, and because of that, they'll give their votes too. But do you want people to give votes because of money, because of after having received money, or is because of the policies of the government?
That's true.
So that I'm very worried. I'm very worried for the future. It's something very, very sad that you try to win over votes by giving money.
You mentioned previously that all the Supreme Council members did this. So are you saying that everyone who sits in the Supreme Council now bought votes?
No, not all. Not all, but mostly use money. Yeah. But some, you know, are very reluctant to use money. They do not like it. I know some friends of mine, they do not like it. But as Najib joked, Beri, salah, tak beri, kalah. So when you lose your ministership, you lose your Menteri Besarship, you lose your Supreme Council position, etc., etc. So since that is the culture, then you also join in and start giving also. So, you know, and what you give now, at one time it was just a few hundred ringgit, slowly become 1,000 ringgit, slowly become berpuluh thousand ringgit. And I am not sure, you know, now it looks like I've heard that now you have to have a few million ringgit just to get a position in the Supreme Council. And even if you are nobody, you have not gone down to the divisions to work hard at the grassroots level, you know, but if you are prepared to spend money, you can get a position in the Supreme Council quite easily. Just spend money.